Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kelsey, and I'm so glad you could be here today. Today's video is going to be part 2 of a 3-part series I am dubbing Which Bronte Sister Did It Best? In this series, I'm reading one novel from each of the consumptives to determine which one I like best. So who will it be? Will Emily, Anne, or Charlotte come out on top? Only time will tell. So as always, grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. If you didn't see part 1, go back and watch that so that you can see my review of Wuthering Heights. That was a book that we reviewed in part 1. So now in part 2, we are going to be going over a new book. Go ahead and take your guesses on which one that is going to be. I'll give you a hint. It is the biggest of the 3. Our next novel is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This is obviously a well-known work. I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to see if Charlotte has a distinct voice compared to Emily and what I think. I think that this story is different, quite a bit different than Wuthering Heights. So I am excited. Alright, so I thought I would give an update on Jane Eyre while I eat my breakfast this morning. Also don't mind the hot rollers. But yeah, I am loving this. I'm about 100 pages in, and it is so good. When I was just starting like the preface, because this includes like the preface for the second and third edition, I could physically feel myself cozying down into bed to get ready to read this book because her writing is that good. I feel bad saying that after reading Wuthering Heights. Emily's writing is still good, but Charlotte, you can tell she was just made to be an author, and you can tell she has a very vivid imagination, and that shows through her writing. It's very, very good. I'm also enjoying the story. I didn't know that Jane Eyre follows Jane from childhood all the way to adulthood, so that's actually really fun. I'm also realizing that the Brontes don't seem to shy away from hard circumstances or talking about the less desirable things in the world, which isn't only a Bronte attribute, because obviously other authors of the time did the same thing, but I appreciate that. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about it right now. I have a day off today for like once, and so I want to spend my time reading. I'm going to finish eating my breakfast, and then I think I want to make a coffee to drink while I read, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm excited to keep reading it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I might actually become a big fan of Jane Eyre, probably. Okay, it's actually been about 2 months since I started Jane Eyre, and I am finally back for an update. Sorry about that. I have been really, really enjoying this. Charlotte's writing is absolutely beautiful and poetic. The way that she writes about love makes it sound like the most beautifully painful experience a human being can go through, which I think to some degree is pretty accurate. I've enjoyed the romance in this book, actually enough so that it's made me realize that I should probably pick up some Jane Austen novels, because if I'm loving the romance in this, I probably would really love Jane Austen's work. Um, yeah, I really like Jane Eyre as a character. The way that she puts herself first, the way that she stands her ground and stands on her morals is really admirable. I love how strong of a character she is, and I've enjoyed hearing her story. I have a little less than 100 pages left. I am hoping to finish it today. I probably am going to sit in bed to finish this book. So hopefully I'll get some clips of that, and then we'll convene to go over my final thoughts on this book. I am hoping for a specific ending of this book. I don't want to spoil it, but what I will say, like, if you have read this so that you understand how I want this book to end, I am hoping that there is a way for Jane to get what she wants, what she truly wants, while also still being able to stick to her morals and keep her dignity. All right, so I'm back and I finished Jane Eyre. I actually did cry while reading the last 30 pages. One thing that I forgot to mention about this is that it does have a pretty heavy um, emphasis on religion and like Christianity. That is like a big element of the book. Um, that didn't really like mean much to me personally, but if that's something that would mean a lot to you, maybe also look into this book. Um, and yeah, so my final thoughts and rating of the book. I rated Jane Eyre 5 stars simply because I think Jane Eyre as a character is someone who I will continue to think about for a very long time. Similar to Circe or Circe, however you want to pronounce her name, that is a book that I think about quite frequently, and a character that I think about quite frequently because I heavily admire her. And it's the same with Jane Eyre. I will think about her for a very long time. The way that she stands her ground, the way that she does not allow men to tell her what her life is going to be, what it is going to look like, what the right thing to do is, and that she allows her own morals and her own inner voice to guide her, and she knows that that's the right thing to do and that she can't go wrong if she follows what she knows to be the right step for herself, is incredible. I was not expecting that from this book, but she continues to tell men no, even when she is threatened with violence. And eternal damnation and is honestly is having conversations with these men that are quite manipulative, and she stands her ground. She doesn't back down. She doesn't cower. She stands by what she knows she stands by what she knows is right for herself. And so in the end, when she gets the ending she deserves, and that might be a spoiler, but it ended how I wanted it to end, and she got the ending that she deserved. I was crying. I was crying. I was sobbing because she did know. She knew what the right path was, and she held out, and it worked because she knew herself and what was right for her better than any man thought he knew what was right for her. And that was pretty powerful. Very powerful. I truly hope that I will carry with me the same self respect that Jane Eyre has for the rest of my life. Truly. Like, this, like, read Jane Eyre. If you haven't read Jane Eyre, read it. The last words I will say about this before we put it back in the box with the rest of this is a simple quote from towards the end of the book that I think really highlights Jane as a character and why I enjoyed her story so much. First of all, it's just fun. Her story is fun. Her journey through her whole life and what she gets up to is interesting, and it's fun, and the writing is good. But if I had to emphasize really how I view Jane as a character and why I think this book is so powerful, especially for when it was written, it's this simple, short and sweet quote, which is, I am my own mistress. And just like that, Jane Eyre is added back to the collection. There's only one more book left to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you've read Jane Eyre, please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts of it are. And also, if you love Jane Eyre, let me know what your favorite quote from the book is. I would also love to know that. Stay tuned for the third and final part of this book, where we will be reading Anne's book, Agnes Grey. If you enjoyed this, please check out my other content on my channel, as well as if you skipped part 1, go back and watch part 1 to see my reaction to Wuthering Heights. And yeah, I'll see you next time.